truly privileged to support BDx Indonesia on its partnership with the movement called Digital Transformation of Indonesia. The Digital Indonesia roadmap, as you can see, is straddling across right from the content being made available to the consumers, and it is across different applications: entertainment, health, education, etc., etc. What is interesting about this partnership? Very simply put, digital transformation requires a lot of content to reach the consumers. Content could be, for example, the videos that you watch on YouTube, the education online classes that we have, the online health industry. So for example, as 5G starts taking off, in reality, you will have a surgeon sitting in the US performing a surgery in Indonesia. What is happening at the infrastructure layer? At the infrastructure layer, bits and bytes of data are moving across countries, moving from one place to the other, moving between consumers. Consumers are people like us, right, who watch, who engage for these applications. Now, this data, to be available and to move, what does it require? It requires a place to live. That place to live where the data resides is called the data center. And for it to move around, it needs what is called the network. The three partners here, Indosat, Lintasata, and BDx. Indosat and Lintasata are the kings of network. What does it mean? That these two companies facilitate the movement of data all across Indonesia and around the world. And BDx, that is the data center partner in this joint venture, the data center expert, in this joint venture partnership, is the expert in building those houses where data resides. Which is why the coming together of these three players is so significant. It's a holistic offering for the customers, which is the customers who are owning the content, and on the other side, the customers who are consuming the content. So this holistic relationship that has been put together is significantly far stronger, much better placed to support the digital transformation of Indonesia as compared to any other standalone offerings that you would see in the market. What I mean by that is standalone data center players coming in or standalone network providers coming in. Indosat and Lintasata, all of you know. It's like me showing a candle to the sun, no need to explain. I'll talk a little bit about BDx. BDx is, like Harsh said, is the Asia-focused platform, data center platform for I2 Capital. What we bring to the table is the word sustainability is very important in the middle. Industry-leading, world-class sustainable practices for data center projects, operations, and customer satisfaction. Why is sustainability important? Because data centers today are guzzling energy and growing at a pace which is unsustainable for the planet. So if data centers continue to be powered by traditional power, continue to be inefficient in their power consumption, it will be a big blow to the planet, and it will raise the progress to a dark future. So we focus on sustainability. Sustainability is very close to our heart. And internally, we've taken a target to get BDx to be carbon neutral over the next 5 years. What does BDx bring to the table? So like I said, that the whole digital movement at the infrastructure layer is moving data from the data center to the consumers. So that means you need to have the people who are creating the data or who are creating the applications to be used by the consumers. BDx in its portfolio today has the world's top 4 cloud customers who are supporting, for example, a lot of entertainment, a lot of cloud applications used by startups and by big enterprises. We have a lot of financial customers in our throes, which is all the digital banking, the digital financial transactions that you see. We have a lot of other digital content owners from different industries, the government most importantly, which is a huge generator, store, and computation of data. What this means effectively is that BDx has the world-class expertise to be able to store data, to host customers. And then, with this expertise, BDx makes sure that there is partnership with the likes of strong players like Indosat and Lintasata so that this content can reach to the end consumers, individuals like all of us in this room. What does BDx also stand for? I mean, of course, we have a world-class team, which is, in its past lives, have worked for the top data center providers globally. We have a world-class customer base, and we are growing extremely fast. It's so much fun to be at BDx, I mean, personally for me, to be growing so fast. But the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, I want to draw your attention to is the last quadrant here, which says that over the last 12 months, we have reduced 23,000 tons of carbon footprint in our facilities. This is something that we're extremely proud of, and like I said earlier, we hold it very close to our heart. A little bit more about our footprint in Asia. So we have existing facilities in Hong Kong, Singapore, and China. And we are adding 4 more to take the total to 10, 4 more data centers in this joint venture, Indosat and Lintasata's 4 facilities. So that's a total of 10 facilities that BDx has, where the data is held. Think of it like your computers, where you have your data and processing happens. These big computers, these computers consume power when they're working. And 70 megawatts, when I say what that means is that 70 megawatts is the power being consumed in these computers inside the data centers. And our operations are highly efficient simply because we rely a lot on automation. For the operations of our data centers, we actually use artificial intelligence to make sure that the energy wastage is minimized. And most importantly, we are going to be creating new facilities in Indonesia and taking the total capacity for BDx Indonesia over the next 5 years to be about 250 megawatts. This last slide here, it's a little complicated, but let me. So, who is the largest customer base, the content owners, so to speak, who are trying to reach consumers like you and I? The largest customers are the governments in a country. The largest customers are content owners like Google, YouTube, Amazon, Grab, for example. And what none of us like as consumers, what you and I would never like, is that we are not able to search on Google, for example. Or if you're looking up something, for example, your digital records with the government, what you do not want is that you are not able to access the service. To take that problem out of the way, content owners want to have their data stored in multiple locations. It is replicated. It is the same set of data stored in 3 locations. And one such combination of 3 locations is called an availability zone. what is extremely exciting about this partnership is that with the 3 data centers that you see on the left and the 4th one on the extreme right, the existing assets which Indosat and Intelsat are operating, the 3 data centers on the left, the one on the right, existing asset, the 2 that you see in the middle are the green fields that are going to be built by us, the BDx Indonesia entity. With this, you not only give customers one availability zone, 3 different locations, but you actually giving the customers a second availability zone and a third availability zone. 3 availability zones by a single provider in a country is, of course, it's happening for the first time in Indonesia, and I can assure you it's not going to happen for a long time in Indonesia. And this has been made possible because of the partnership. So, unparalleled infrastructure for Indonesia's digital transformation journey is what BDx Indonesia promises to deliver. Thank you so much.